Welcome to this shortwave radio channel, and as we'll talk about some of the features for the Tecsun PL-990x. One of the best features of this radio is its single sideband capability. And the reason why is not because it will tune signals that you won't get with another radio. It isn't there. This radio receives very well, but on any, if you have a Tecsun PL-660 or an XH Data D808, they will also get the same signal you get on this radio. Where the difference lies is that the tuning of single sideband on the PL-990X is closer to a desktop high quality receiver than to a portable receiver. That makes a huge difference. It makes tuning easier. One of the things I see a lot is people are complaining that they have a difficulty understanding how to tune single sideband and how to use the BFO. And lower upper sidebands, not always easy. Of course, a radio that has separate lower and upper sideband like this one already simplifies things. If you know where signals are in upper sideband or not, you already have the you're already halfway there basically to get the tuning of single sideband. But what makes this one particularly fun is that it is frequency stable everywhere. What I mean by that is not drifting or anything, but when you tune a regular portable, wherever you tune it, you will have to readjust the BFO. You will have to, an XH Data D808 or the C-Crane CC Skywave SSB, for example, you have to readjust the fine tuning. It's not equal everywhere. It has to be readjusted all the time. On this radio, if you beat frequency at 0, it's always at 0. Wherever you tune, if the station broadcasting, if the amateur radio station broadcasting is on the frequency precisely, there's no need to readjust the fine tuning. It is going to be 0 beat perfectly any frequency you're going to tune in single sideband. And that is showing its higher hand receiving capability. It does not have that small difference from frequency to frequency depending on wherever you tune through the shortwave bands. It's always on spot, always the same. That is really enjoyable because one of the things that sometimes is difficult is getting 0 beat on music, for example. Listen to a pirate radio station and you'll understand one thing is that you have a hard time with a BFO or even a fine tuning getting the right note, finding where exactly that the 0 beat for the music to play correctly. Because one of the problems with single sideband is if you're off by just a little bit, music sounds weird. Well, here, if the station broadcasts precisely on that frequency, you know that you're on dot, you know the music's going to be okay, you don't need to readjust anything. And that is simply one of the best features of the Tecsun PL-990X. Its tuning capability of single sideband is just amazing. I don't know here if we can... So in my case, for example, because I haven't adjusted the frequency range yet, I have to keep the radio at .08. So that means it's roughly 80 hertz off everywhere. And that is adjustable. There's a menu inside that I haven't looked at yet where you can actually do frequency calibration. So I'm going to be looking at that frequency calibration and making sure that I can adjust this radio for 0 beat. But I know that if I keep it at 0.8 everywhere, it is on spot, on the dot, perfect. So anything on single sideband? Tuning is smooth. Tuning is really, really nice. We are in the middle of geomagnetic storming, so I don't expect to have a lot of signals right now. As you can see at the top right, tells you where you are, 20-meter band. Let's see if there's something on 40 meters. So 40 meters is, or even try the weather. I think the broadcast for the weather, 6604. Yeah, it's there, week 10051. There we go. So you see that when I put it at 08, like I told you, it's 0 beat. So weather is 0 beat here. Let's try 13270. I'm making it on 13270, so this is the best frequency. The other added capability that's interesting here, of course, is the bandwidths. You can play with the bandwidths. On single sideband, you have a choice of 4, 3, 2.3, 1.2, or 500 hertz. 2.3 is typical of most single sideband transmissions. Let's, for the fun of it, just try if there's anything on 40 meters. See if I can tune in some hams. Now the 40 meters is lower sideband, so I just switch. Let's check it out. Let's put it at 08. We know that's 0 beat. Definitely very crappy conditions right now with the geomagnetic storm, as this is on the W6LVP loop antenna. So in normal conditions, I'd be hearing stations here. So there's some FT8. This is precise enough and stable enough, actually, that you'd be able to tune FT8 signals without any problems. And you got the bandwidths necessary for it. So let's go back to the weather at 10051. And here we are. Even the signal for the weather is fading. So truly, any single sideband transmission tuned with this is absolutely fantastic. And like I said, this the SSB capability is closer in performance to a higher end desktop receiver than to a regular portable receiver. That shows one aspect of this radio where it is truly a high-end portable. Much better tuning than most modern portables we have today, and easier with the frequency stability everywhere. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up, and more Tecsun PL-990x videos coming up.
1,400 broken, temperature 24, dew point 20. This is Gander Radio. Montreal Signet Kilo 1, valid 1805 Zulu until 2205 Zulu.
It's interesting to see that when I touch it, it does seem to have better reception.
07622 west to 5734 north, 07622 west from the surface to 4,000 feet leading north, 10 knots, no change. Montreal Signet Charlie 3, valid 1755 Zulu until 2155 Zulu. Montreal FIR, severe turbulence, forecast within 4 or 5 nautical miles of a line 6050 north, 083.